Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Fortune and Glory, the cliffhanger game. I nearly messed things up already in turn 2 because this cliffhanger for Nigel Harrington is an and I read this test as an or ability test. So thanks God for making me aware. Luckily nothing bad did happen, so I blew the test anyway. And the second thing that happened was to place the wound token on Mickey the Hammer when he was searching. Because he's blunt, he always gets a wound when he rolls a 1 or a 2. Okay then, let's roll for the initiative. No one, that's all that matters here. And then it's the movement phase. We start with Sharon Hunter here. It doesn't really matter. Of course, I'm still looking for a 1 in order to get an event card. But in this case, I want her to move into Paris, being a capital or major city here, in order to sell the armor of the pale moon there. Okay, then it's Nigel Harrington in Bombay, and yeah, let's roll for his movement. That's a 3. What will he do with that? That's not great. I was thinking of trying to defeat one of those mobster figures here, but I think I cannot get there. 1, 2 and 3. So with a 4 I would be able to move into Hong Kong. Why not go into the Indonesian jungle here for the gloves of death? It's deep jungle, so it's much harder to find the, let's say, artifact or the adventure location, but it also gives me 2 more coins. So I think, yeah, let's go there. So that's 1 and 2. So here we would stay. And then we are back in the adventure phase, and I think I want to start with Sharon again. She's in a city, so let's draw a city card. Just another day in the city. The first card. I may fully heal. I have to reshuffle the deck here. I think that's now the time where I would also replace any of those dock tokens. Right now we haven't removed any of those, but the next thing that we would have to do now is to roll on the major city epic events or whatever. That's a 2. And that's a museum heist. A priceless artifact has been stolen from a local museum. Hearing that a world-famous treasure hunter is in town, they ask for your help. Make a Cunning 6+ test. 1 success needed. Test to try and solve the crime. If successful, the museum rewards with 2 fortune. If failed, the thieves escape right under your nose and we would lose D6 glory. Oh man. Yeah, I think there's not much we can do. We have a cunning of 3, so we roll 3 dice. And I think there's really nothing we can do to reroll it. It's not a cliffhanger, so I cannot exert myself. And I'm not even sure if I can use my bold action, which would give me 5 adventure dice, because in the end we are not in an adventure. So yeah, let's see. We do a 6. That's pretty clear. No, that's not good enough. Oh man, we would now lose D6 glory, and we have 5, and I was really hoping to spend those. And of course, that's a 4. So we failed miserably, and we would lose 4 glory for that. Oh man, that was a bummer. But the adventure phase is still not over for her. We can still interact with the city, even though it's really embarrassing for us walking through the streets of Paris after not finding the thief. But yeah, what can you do? The first thing that we would do is to sell our artifact. Normally we would get 7 fortune for that, but because we are in a major city, we can sell it for 8. And this goes into a, let's say, combined pool, and with the cooperative rules we can never lose those fortune by, let's say, getting KO'd. That's really important. So but this thing will be removed for now. What this is cool. We can still do a lot of other stuff, but unfortunately we are out of glory or out of money. But it's really glory, the currency in this game. So I will not be able to buy stuff, but they have still their outpost in Paris. I'm not really heavily armed, but I can still try to sneak into that outpost and destroy it. And I think I don't have anything to lose again. Basically 1 glory, which I can easily use. Don't really care about it. Not so fast. Of course, I have my ally. I can also lose the ally if I roll it. Basically more than a 1 if I would be KO'd, and that's very likely, to be honest. So I'm not 100% sure if I should do that. He's not the greatest ally in the world, but he can still help me a great deal. But if I would now get into this outpost, there is a good chance that the mob doesn't get its 3rd fortune and would progress on the villain track. That's now a tough decision. That's a tough call. maybe I should not be. No, let's not do that. No, I think that's a too bold move. I will call it a day. And next we move into the adventure phase of Nigel Harrington down in the Indonesian jungle here. First of all, we have to find our way through the jungle. So we have to basically roll a 4, 5 or 6 for each exploration token we have. When we first start to find this artifact, we get 1 exploration token right away. So we would be allowed to roll 1 die. Again, a 4, 5 or 6. Yes, awesome. That's really great. That's really great. Okay, so we can get rid of this exploration marker right away. I will put it below him so we know we have found the jungle pretty much. And then it would be time to draw our first danger. And in order to find the gloves of death, we have to overcome 4 of those. Okay, our first danger, occupied territory. Nazis. When did they get here? Sneak out of the back door, find another way out, or let them know how you feel about fascism. Okay, we can now do an agility test of 6+, or a cunning test with a 5+, or fight draw Nazi enemy card. He is a fighter, to be honest, and he hits on a 3, 4, 5 and 6 instead of the normal 4, 5, 6. So he has a good chance taking out a Nazi enemy card. I think he's really more of a fighter. I should play him pretty thematically. So I will now draw a Nazi enemy card, and I already prepped the card accordingly. They provide you with 3 glory, and you get that glory instead of the original glory. I can still escape with a cunning 6+ test, and I would also have overcome this fight. I would not gain the glory, but the danger would have been passed. So that's a good thing. So that's now 4 fight dice, 3 wounds, and they don't have any defense, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the case. And finally, some dice rolling. Okay, the green dice are for the Nazis, the white dice are for myself. Keep in mind, I hit on a roll of 3, 4, 5 and 6, and I have 1 defense, which is not bad at all. So let's see how well we did. Okay, this is definitely already a miss. Those are 2 hits, and I also hit them for 2. Because I have 1 defense, I only get 1 wound, which is perfectly fine for now. And now I could decide to escape, but of course I think I'm doing okay. I should not forget to give them their wounds, to be honest. So they have received 2 wounds. Yeah, though they need 1 more. So yeah, let's see what we can do about it. Let's re-roll all those dice. Okay, I think that's okay. I hit them for 2. They hit me for 2 because I have 1 defense. I just got another wound, but those guys are defeated, and therefore I gain 3 glory and my first danger marker. Awesome. I can now decide if I want to press on, if I would camp down. If I would camp down, I would be allowed to gain all that glory and would be able to fully heal myself. So that's definitely a good thing. But I think for now I want to get at least, yeah, let's do 1 more round. There is no villain around, so I don't have to sneak past him. So let's see what our second danger is. A shadowy castle. The dark keep on the hilltop stands tall against the grim sky. Find a way to sneak in or go knock and see if anyone is home. This is now an lore and cunning, or a fight, and then I must have to fight Order of the Crimson Hand. Okay, these are 2 tests I have to pass, and my lore is 4 actually, and my cunning is a 3. I think in this case, interesting. But I already have 2 wounds, to be honest, so I think I don't want to fight again. No, I think I want to go for the lore and cunning test. And really, this ore here is a single test. It's really those 2 or the fight, which we have to pass. So, okay, let's start with a lore test. And again, we would roll 4 dice. We need 2 successes in total, and each 5+ counts as a hit. Okay, that's 1 success, which is of course okay, so we are allowed to move on. So let's continue to roll. Perfect. Okay, we passed the first half of this test, and now we have to go to the cunning test. We have a cunning of 3, so 1 die gets out. And we need some more tokens, it seems. Okay, let's continue to roll, but now all 4s count as a success. Oh, wow, awfully close. That was the first. Here we need 2 more successes. Okay, come on, you cunning guy. No! Oh man, this hurts. This really hurts. Do I want to go to the cliffhanger and lose my success? No, I think not. I want to use the bold action, play on any hero, give them +5 adventure dice for 1 roll. And I can play those cards pretty much after I've rolled the dice. So let's roll 5 more dice. And yes, that's certainly good enough. And those are the 2 more, let's say, successes we needed to pass the test. Perfect. So we gain 4 more glory for that. So here's 5. Let's give 1 back. Of course, we have 7 glory now. And we have overcome our second danger here. We need 2 more to go, to be honest. And now we are out of... I think I will camp down at this point in time. So we are allowed to keep both successes, so we don't have to do that again. And I just noticed I gain 1 each glory for each danger overcome while on this adventure. Wow, that's cool. So I have 2 more glory actually, because that's what says here on the card. Awesome. So yeah, I will definitely camp down then. So I gained 9 glory in total, and of course I'm still allowed to keep both of those danger markers. And then I can continue on the adventure during the next round. And I don't have to find the adventure site again. I'm already there, so no need to worry about that. Unfortunately, we had to spend this awesome card here, but I think this was really worth it. Okay, let's move into the villain phase. We would start with a villain event. And here we have the Dark Destiny. This card plays on the table while the villains have at least 1 artifact that is anchors of fate. All villains gain +1 surge. Good thing is, we don't. Right now we have magic, and I cannot really recall what this one is, this skull symbol here, but overall right now this card doesn't trigger, but it stays or remains in play. So as soon as the villains get one of those symbols, they will be able to use it. Let's move into the Mob HQ phase. So 4, 5, 6, we would see a new Mobster Thug. No, we don't. And then we would gain an additional fortune for those guys, and they will always trade it in right away for 1 more step on the villain track here. So they're at 3, and keep in mind they would win if they ever reach 15. Okay, then it's Joey Smiles. He's in a ready state, so he will get deployed to the Heart of the Ancients, because right now that's the most valuable treasure or artifact on the board with the least amount of dangers that you would need to overcome. And that's kind of similar for Mickey the Hammer, who will go to the Heartland now, because there is the it's the Amulet of Time actually. Okay, let's move into the next round. We would roll the initiative dice. Yeah, that's a 1, so we are allowed to gain an event card. And here we have I'll Take That. The first option only really matters when you play it competitively, but we are playing cooperatively. Play while in the same space as a villain to roll a d6 on the roll of a 3+, steal any 1 artifact that the villains currently have. Wow, this is so great. Really have to remember this card. Okay, let's roll for the movement, and we will totally start with Sharon Hunter, because she can really try to steal that artifact from the mob. That's a 6. Wow, that's so huge. So let's see, where can she move? She needs 1, 2 because of her special ability. That's in total 3. 2 more, 5 and 6. Wow, she can make it to the bayou area in order to... Wow, that's so cool. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And right now we are in the same space as a villain, so we will totally play that card. I'll take that. Wow, that's so cool. On the roll of a 3+, steal any 1 artifact. Woohoo! Okay, let's stick to the white dice. They seem to serve me pretty well. Yes! Wow, that's so awesome. Love this game. So the Axe of the Dead is actually mine. So they lose both of their items or tokens, which I would be able to sell right away. Wow, that's so cool. Awesome, really awesome. Okay, then it's Nigel. Let's roll for movement. He will not move away, but he can still roll for movement. No, that's a 3. No event card for him. He will, of course, stay in the Indonesian jungle in order to find the Gloves of Death. And I think we can move right into the adventure phase. So yeah, why not? So let's stick to Nigel here. He will draw his next danger card. He still needs to overcome 2 more. And here we have stow away on a Zeppelin, sneak aboard or fight your way through. Okay, that's interesting. Again, I could go for a cunning 5+ test, or I would again draw another Nazi enemies card if the keyword infantry, yeah, we would redraw. Guns may not be used during this fight, makes kind of sense on a Zeppelin. As he fully healed, I think, yeah, but that's 4 glory, that's really good, but... no, I think, yeah, he will fight or stand and fight. Oh, and that's a tough one. The Nazi commander. Draw a random Nazi villain and add them to the adventure. You must immediately fight a single fight rounds against the villain. If not drawn at an adventure, remove the villain after 1 fight round. If it is not, yeah, it is an infantry. Absolutely. So that's actually pretty easy to overcome, to be honest. Yeah, and here we drew Teresa, the femme fatale or femme fatale. Domination, heroes in her space up -1 defense and allies in her space up -1 loyalty. She has a defense of 1, 6 wound. We only have to basically engage her in 1 fight round. Here is her figure. The main problem is she's now also at the adventure side. So when I now go to the second danger, I have to sneak past her before I can or would be allowed to move on. Overall, she's okay. She's only rolling 3 combat dice. And here I'm not 100% sure. Normally you get, again, the glory of the enemy card, but here aren't any glory points. So in this case, I would say, yeah, I would take the glory from the stowaway on the Zeppelin danger. If I'm totally playing this wrong, I really do apologize, but yeah, that's the way it makes sense to me. So I am rolling 3 dice, she's rolling 3 dice again. Green is for the enemy, for Teresa in this case. So let's see what we roll. Wow, she hit me twice and I don't have any defense and I only hit her once, but it really doesn't matter because this was only 1 fight round. She would keep her wound, but after this adventure is done, yeah, she would directly removed from the play or from the game anyway. Of course, I take 2 more wounds, but again, I think I really get now the glory of 4 in this case. Yeah, it's like it is. And it's 5 now because I'm at this awesome adventure, the Gloves of Death. Right now, I have to camp down in order to keep it, so I'm not 100% sure if I should do that. But first of all, let's place her here. And it's really considered that she already found the, let's say, artifact location and whatnot. So she does not have to go through this deep jungle in this case. That's really important to keep in mind. Okay, now I really have to think. Do I want to press on or to camp down? I need to pass 1 more danger. Interesting. Her search value is a 4. So I have to past sneak her. No, let's go for it. Let's go for it. So we would now try to sneak away from her. So we are now rolling 4 dice. Again, I will announce a 3 in this case. And for each 3 I roll, I have to fight 1 fight round against her. Whoa, this hurts. Okay, apparently she has found me. So I have to fight 2 fight rounds. And wow, I'm already beaten up. Wow, that's tough. Okay, let's go for it. And of course, I'm wrong. She does not have a wound because she has a defense of 1 apparently. Again, so the first fight round, again, green is for her, white is for Nigel. Let's see. Oh man, this hurts. So she hit me twice. I hurt her 3 times. So now she will get 2 wounds. She still needs 4 more. That's incredible. But yeah, I have no defense whatsoever because she's a femme fatale. So basically, he dropped all of his defenses. So he's already down. Only 2 more and he is KO'd. I cannot escape from a fight with the villain, so I have to move on now. So I really have to be lucky here. And no, this is not lucky. Oh man, this hurts. I hit her 3 times, minus her defense. She hits me twice. Ah, I hate this game. And yeah, this means once more he's KO'd. And oh man, why I have been so greedy. So yeah, but he will be fully healed then, but he still needs to roll for how much glory he's about to lose. So let's see, that's a 4, of course. Man. This game really sucks, but yeah, never or who claimed this would be easy. Of course, I'm losing all of my dangers. I'm losing all of my other glory I have collected from this adventure. And yeah, again, Nigel is being sent back to Bombay. Of course, he will also lose his exploration token for that. Isn't that nice? Then it's Sharon Hunter, and she's in the Bayou area, and there happens to be an artifact, the Heart of the Ancients, for 3 dangers only. And yeah, I think let's try it. And here's another awesome card from Tristan, Ninja Dog, Lost at Sea. Your charts have been tampered with, and before you know it, your ship is adrift at sea. Agility or, no, it's really an or, and her agility is a 3, her lore is a 3 as well. Yeah, here we only need 2 successes, so in this case we will go for the agility test apparently. So let's roll some dice, and we really don't want to get KO'd because there's a good chance we are losing the artifact we have just stolen from the mob. So let's see. Okay, that's 1 success, which is okay. Let's continue to roll. We still need 1 more to go. Yes, that's really good enough. Awesome. So we can switch this into a danger marker, and we could gain 3 glory for that. I could now press on, but then I have to possibly to fight against Joey Smiles. There's a very good chance I'm losing my artifact, so I think I will now decide to camp down, so I'm allowed to keep the glory. That's definitely a good thing. And I think during my next round, I will have a move to Washington, D.C. or so in order to sell this artifact there. Let's move into the villain phase. We start with a villain event. And wow, that's a mean one. The Dark Rituals. This card plays on the table, so basically remains in play while the villains have at least 1 artifact that is magic. Roll a d6 at the start of each villain phase. On a roll of 4, 5, 6, move the villain track 1 step forward. This is really cruel. Wow, okay, that's a tough one. I have to take care of this. There are event cards in the deck which basically negate one of those remains in play cards, but yeah, right now I don't have one. Let's roll for the Mob HQ. That's a 2, so we are not getting a new Mobster Thug on the board. And right now there is still 1 hideout on the board, so they gain an additional fortune. Right now we have 3 villains on the board, and yeah, guess what? Tressa is also helping the Vile organization here. Unfortunately, she will be removed once this artifact has been recovered, but right now it's still there. Again, we would start with Joey Smiles, who is down here in the Bayou area next to Sharon Hunter. He would roll 1 less search die, so that's 4. He needs to 3 dangers pretty much. So let's see. Okay, those are 2 dangers, or 2 successes. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely something I can live with. So let's place those 2 tokens next to him. Then we would move over to Mickey the Hammer, who is up here in the Heartland. He wants to find the Amulet of Time, or any dangers not completing during the current game round do not count towards recovering this artifact. I think they ignore all those text boxes that are on the bottom of those cards, so they simply try to search for it. He rolls 4 dice, he's blunt, keep that in mind. Okay, not blunt enough. He also rolls pretty much 2 successes. Okay, so he needs to get 1 more. Wow, that's really close, to be honest. Okay, that could be 2 additional steps on the villain track each, pretty much. But this is the end. No, of course not. We have still Tressa with us. She also rolls 4 dice, and I just noticed I rolled the wrong dice for those guys. I rolled the white dice. I shouldn't do that. So again, I will go back to the green dice for those guys. Okay, yeah, that's still pretty much the same. So she also was able to gain 2 successes, but I think for this artifact, yeah, she needs 4 of those in total. Okay, now we come to the end phase, and the only thing that would happen now is that Nigel would stand up right away. He's fully healed now. There are no artifacts or new adventures to create, so I think we can directly move into the next round. And I think I will do 1 more. Let's roll for the initiative. That's not a 1. Let's roll for movement. Again, we would start with Sharon here. That's only a 2, but a 2 is enough. So no, I think I really want to move her into the city. It's really a very, very valuable artifact of 5 fortunes. So I think let's better keep it. So that's 1 and 2. And here we have Nigel again, back in Bombay. Seems to like it there. That's a 6. Okay. Where should I move him? Should I really... I think I should go for his personal mission now. Because really tough to find it. He has to go through all those dangers and it's not very likely, to be honest. So yeah, I think, should I move him there or there? No, let's move him to Hong Kong. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now he has to fight this mobster right away. And there is a handy overview card for those kind of, let's say, generic enemies out there. Those are both double-sided. So on the back hand is the Order of the Crimson Hand enemy. Here we have the mobsters. They would only roll 3 fight dice, but they have 4 wounds. They don't have any defense whatsoever. Nigel is still rolling 3 dice as well, but he's a marksman, so he's definitely doing much better. So let's roll those dice. Keep in mind, green is for the villains. That's good. No hit for those guys because I have 1 defense, but I hit them twice. Isn't that nice? Really love it. Okay, that's 2 wounds for those guys. I need 2 more, so let's move into the next fight round. Keep in mind, he will never escape from a fight. That's 1, 2, perfect, and wow, that's how it should be. Perfect. So those guys are pretty much defeated, so we gain 3 glory for those, which we can keep right away. We can remove this mobster figure from the board, as we've just completed our personal mission, taking care of business. We gain 1 fortune. So finally he's contributed something to the ultimate goal. So this thing gets discarded. I get a new personal mission right away, and this time I don't get to choose. I have to live with what I get. Temple Raider. Collect at least 1 fortune from a temple. Immediately steal up to 2 fortune extra from the temple. If this takes the last fortune also okay, that's nice. That's actually not too bad, to be honest. But of course we have to wait for a temple to appear. Right now there is none out on the board. Okay, let's move into the adventure phase. We are in a city space, so let's see what card we... Are you kidding me? Just another day in the city, but this doesn't have any reshuffle symbol. You may fully heal, but yeah, still we have to roll on the major city table. That's a 3. And wow, that's a tough one. Tailed by G-Man, the plane car in your rear view mirror has been following you for hours. By the look of them, they're FBI. You had better try to lose them. This is tough. Make an agility 5+ test. Counts as a chase. If failed, they run you off the road and confiscate any artifacts you're carrying. Lose D6 glory. If pass, you manage to shake them in the back streets of DC. Gain 5 glory. Oh man, this hurts. Yeah, I have to live with that. Her agility is a 3. So let's see. Oh man, are you kidding me? There is no reroll. Oh man. Yeah, I just lost the axe of the dead. Oh man, this really hurt. And that's not all, because we still can lose some glory. And yes, it's all of it. Oh man. Whew, what a devastating round. Oh man, I was so positive that we're coming closer to actually winning this game. And now, wow, that's crap. I can still deal with the city, but I think I have no money whatsoever or no glory whatsoever. There is no dogs token. I don't want to exchange, or I cannot exchange my personal missions. So yeah. Oh, I really have to call it a day. So let's see what Nigel finds in Hong Kong. Trouble in town. Draw a random villain. Before you can interact with the city in any way, you must first sneak past the villain. Fighting as normal. Afterward, okay, it's then pretty much discarded. So let's see who we get. And here we have the Inquisitor. He rolls 5 search dice, gains 1 combat for each wound he has taken. Okay, I have to roll 5 dice. And again, I will pretty much, yeah, announce the 3. No 3 rolls, so I pretty much sneak past him right away. So this guy gets discarded, and now I can interact with the city as normal. And I think the first thing that I want to do is to buy stuff, and I think I will go for a common item, and I play the standard way. I get to choose out of the common item stack what I want to go for. There are some who, let's say, prefer to play it Arkham Horror like, so you draw 3 cards and you have to buy one of those, but this game is already random enough. I say let's go for it. So I will go for this revolver. I have to pay 7 now because I'm playing against the mob, and the extortion special ability says all gear and common items cost an extra 2 glory for heroes to buy. With a black market network of illegal dealings, the mob controls the price of goods and services throughout cities around the world. They always take their cut. Of course, I still have kind of enough. I'm down to only 1 glory, but this now allows me to roll 2 extra combat dice, just in case. Awesome. Okay, the next thing I could do is heal or things like that. I could also go for another personal mission, but therefore I need to spend 2 more glory. And now I'm really tempted to check out that docs marker, but yeah, I just double checked it. I had to do that before I'm interacting with the city normally. So yeah, I don't get to get there. Yeah, okay, I think that's the end of my adventure phase. So yeah, let's move over to the Vile Organization. Let's draw another villain event. And wow, Dark Summoning. Move the villain track 1 step forward. So they're already at 4. And then every hero must roll a d6. Whoever rolls the lowest must immediately fight dark creatures outside of the normal turn sequence. When you dabble in a dark magic, nothing good can come of it. Okay, in this case, green is Sharon and white is Nigel Harrington. Oh wow, it's Sharon who has to fight the dark creatures. And this would have been a great opponent for Nigel, to be honest. It's an animal, so he would have gotten 2 more fight dice, and because of his revolver, that would be 4 more fight dice to roll. And now it's poor Sharon. Yeah, those guys are rolling 5 dice, 3 wounds. I could have escaped with a lore test, but this is now a deadly test. So it's not that easy, so I have to exert twice. Wow, that's a tough one. And well, she could still lose her occult expert. Yeah, it's still tough, very tough. Oh, should I really try to evade? But it's 7 glory, to be honest. No, let's try to go for those guys. So again, they would roll 5 fight dice. Poor Sharon is only rolling 3. Yeah, the problem is she doesn't have any defense. Oof, not sure if that's a good idea. I think she will go down. Okay, 1 hit for Sharon. That's basically blocked by the defense. They roll 2 hits, so she actually takes 1 wound. Good thing is she can hold 7 wounds, and actually I'm not convinced that the occult expert is that great. So let's try to get past those dark creatures by fighting them off. In the end, they only need 3 wounds. That's good. That's 2 hits. Already subtracted the defense, and they only is good. Only hit me twice. So that's not bad at all. That's really not bad. Let's take some more wound tokens. So they take 2 wounds. So they're pretty close now. But she also takes 2 more wounds. And actually, I just rechecked the footage. She should have 4 wounds in total because she doesn't have a defense. But I still want to move on. So let's see. Oh man, that's devastating. So I have taken them out. They have taken me out. I still get to collect the glory here. So, but I'm definitely still KO'd. And so this also means I have to roll, how many glory I lose. Good thing is I'm not losing my ally. Let's see, that's only 2. Okay, actually that was not bad at all. So I'm still allowed to keep 5 glory. But as she is KO'd, she will be sent back to New York. Next, we would roll if a new mobster will get spawned. Yes, that's a 6. Ah, I was using the white dice. Bad mistake, bad mistake. So let's see, we will place the mobster into Berlin. Those guys are actually everywhere, it seems. Okay, this was this step. We still have one hideout on the board, so they get 1 fortune for that. And then we see some of those bad guys adventuring. We start with Joey Smiles again. He would roll now 5 dice, yeah, because he's alone in this space. He only needs 1 more. Ah, success. Are you kidding me? Yep, that's certainly good enough. So he was definitely able to find that artifact. The Heart of the Ancients, and this gives them 1 Ang Fate 1 here. So all the villains have now +1 search. Wow, this really hurts. Let's progress on the villain track twice basically. Let's send Joey Smiles back to the villain board in a ready state. Then it's Mickey the Hammer. He also only needs 1 more success. Yes, there it is, success. Wow, they're really doing great now. So he also found the artifact. He gets a wound, but that really doesn't matter. 1, 2. They get the artifact. This was the Amulet of Time, and they also have a magic now. So at the start of the next villain phase, they would also roll. Oh man, he would have been allowed to roll 1 more die anyway, but doesn't really matter. So yeah, they take this as well. And last but not least, no, let's send him back here. He's also ready. We still have Teresa here. She would now roll 5 dice. I will not forget the Dark Destiny card in play. She needs 2 more successes. And guess what? Oh man. Wow, this really hurts. So this item is also recovered, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Okay, let's remove her. She will be basically sent back to the game box, whatnot, so she will not automatically get back. She found all the stuff. So first of all, let's progress here. Next thing that would happen, the Gloves of Death also had 2 extra fortune, so they get 1 fortune. Oops, they will cash it in, and so they would leave it with 1 fortune, so they get 1 more step for it. Isn't that nice? Then I will also get rid of her character card. Okay, let's stand her up in New York, and then I will basically bring 3 new adventures onto the game board. So here we have the Mine of Zeus, which is our first temple, which is pretty cool. Then we have the Tears of the Dark Void. After all dangers, you must fight dark creatures to get the artifact. Pretty mean one. And last but not least, we can go after the Gauntlet of the Dark Fire during this adventure. You are -1 agility. Interesting enough, the Tears of the Dark Void are down here in the Antarctica region. And to be honest, I think that my next video could well be my last video. They're already at 11 of 15. And wow, that's really tough. I really have to go into a hideout or into the mob headquarters in order to destroy, because this allows me to reduce the villain track by D3 pretty much. So if everything goes well, I would be allowed to reduce it by 3 spaces. But I think that's really a great time to call it a day. So I really hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough of Fortune and Glory. I really hope I haven't messed up too many things. I'm sure you will make me aware of this, and again, I will try to correct those as much as I can, and really hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.